Hello, I'm Congresswoman Lois Capps. I'm running to represent the Central Coast in Congress. I've spent most of my life here. I was a nurse in our public schools and I raised my family here. I'm proud to call the Central Coast my home. I've fought hard for the issues we care about, rebuilding our economy and creating jobs, ensuring health care is there when you need it most, protecting our coast and promoting renewable energy. That's why I voted for tough new rules to reform Wall Street. It's why I voted for common sense health insurance reform that puts you and your doctor in charge and not some insurance company bureaucrat. And it's why I have long pushed renewable energy development to break our addiction to fossil fuels and to create green jobs right here on the Central Coast. You know, as a nurse, one of the skills you learn is to listen to your patients. You have to hear what they are telling you about their pain or discomfort. You have to get to know them and their needs. I think that skill is also critical for a public servant. We need to listen to and understand the needs of our neighbors and our community. That is how I approach this job. My priority is representing the hopes and dreams of the people of the Central Coast. And today we face many challenges. A slowly rebounding economy. Too many of our friends and neighbors are looking for work. Yes, we've come a long way since George Bush left office when we were losing nearly 800,000 jobs a month, but we still have a long way to go. So getting our economy fully going is clearly my #1 priority. And I believe we do that by keeping taxes low on American families and businesses and continuing to invest in our people in the short and the long term. And here I'm talking about things like keeping college affordable for all, supporting low-cost loans for our small businesses, and promoting the development of renewable energy. Investing in renewable energy creates jobs now and sets the stage for long-term growth. Helping our small businesses get access to affordable credit is critical to spurring more job creation, and giving our kids a world-class education gives them the skills they need to succeed now and in the future. We have been making good progress in the last couple of years on these issues, and that is why this election is so important. We will decide whether we're going to keep moving our country forward or whether we go backwards to the failed policies of the past. You know, our current economic troubles were years in the making. They were the result of a lot of wrong choices and misplaced priorities. For years, giant corporations seemed to have all the power. Oil companies wrote the rules on offshore drilling. Insurance companies unilaterally ran your health care. And big banks just ran wild on Wall Street. The results? The biggest oil spill ever, a huge financial meltdown, millions without health care, and everyone else a job loss or illness away from joining them. I've been fighting to change all that, to put the interests of you and your family first. Now someone to return to the days where big corporations called the shots. They want to repeal health reform just as it's getting started. They stand with big banks and Wall Street, not businesses on Main Street. They want more and more oil drilling off our coasts. But we can do better than these old failed ideas. You know, I think if I could change anything about the last couple of years, one thing would have been to manage our expectations better. Let's face it, most people were very excited with the election of President Obama. He brought new ideas and new energy, and his election gave us the chance to turn the page on the disastrous 8 years of President Bush. Many of us even hoped that a new spirit of bipartisanship and cooperation could emerge. But in that excitement, we may have underestimated the seriousness of the challenges facing our country. Our economy was really in a shambles. The markets had melted down and millions had lost jobs by the time Bush left office. He had doubled the national debt and left us with record annual deficits. So fixing all these problems was going to take time, a lot of time. This was made even more difficult when that hopeful spirit of bipartisanship vanished as the Republican position became to oppose virtually every effort of the Obama administration. So managing the expectations of meeting all these huge challenges is something we all could have done a better job on. And while we've been adding private sector jobs all year and our economy is slowly rebuilding, full recovery can't come soon enough. But I remain convinced that we will rise to meet these challenges, as Americans have always risen to meet great challenges so long as we keep moving forward. It's what makes this the greatest country in the world. I'm Congresswoman Lois Capps, and I ask for your vote on November 2nd. Thank you very much.